It's us, Alex
and Mark.
and we are glad to see you on our channel, PEITalks Community Stories and Voices.
And today we are at the restaurant called Sea Rocket Oyster House, and we are going to interview the Senator Stanley Kutcher.
Want to ask you some questions.
Go right ahead.
So, for young people who may not know, what does a Senator of Canada and what does a senator do?
Well, that's a very good question. So, in our democracy, we have 4 components called institutions that run our democracy. So one component is the Supreme Court of Canada, who makes the decisions about interpreting law. Another component is called the Executive Branch, which is the Prime Minister and Cabinet. Another component is called the House of Commons, which starts a lot of the legislation and which people elect to represent them. And the fourth component is called the Senate, also called the Upper House, that has to agree to every single law that happens in Canada. So a senator is a person who is appointed by the Prime Minister. There are only 105 senators in Canada, and we have to agree to every single law that Canada makes. And senators also do their own studies and their own work. So some of my work is to support the Ukrainian community in Canada. And some of my work is to improve Canada's security and defense and to improve our health care. So those are some of the things that I do as a senator.
It's a lot of information to know. Thank you very much. And we're going to ask you a second question.
So, can you get some background, a bit of background? Can you tell us, and what's your path in becoming a senator, and what do they look like?
Every senator has a different path. But since 2016, every senator that's appointed in Canada doesn't belong to a political party. And that's so important because you're not a liberal, you're not a conservative, you're not a bloc, you're not an NDP, you are independent. So all the decisions you make are independent of a political party. That's really important. My own path was that I became a doctor first. And I did medicine, and I worked in child and adolescent psychiatry, and did lots of research. And I worked with the World Health Organization in many, many different countries. And then I went and worked in medical schools, became an associate dean of medicine, and built international health programs. And then after I did all that, I was really tired, and I said I should do something else in my life, so I went to the Senate.
That's a lot of information. You have a big life, lots of stories to know. So, what issues or areas you personally most passionate about your job?
Well, one of the things is I am so thankful that I'm able to be in this job. Because as I said, there are only 105 people in Canada that are senators. So it's a real privilege to be part of that group. And in my job, I get to learn so much about so many different things. I learn about security, and I learn about defense. I learn about the environment. I learn about healthcare. I learn about transportation. I learn about all sorts of different stuff. So I really like to learn. And as part of the work that I do, I can choose things that I want to work on besides making law. And so some of the things that I choose are work to try to help Ukraine. Another thing that I choose is I try to help science and scientific research in Canada. Another area that I choose is I try to improve healthcare and to help doctors who work in other countries become able to practice medicine in Canada. Big part of the stuff that I've done. And so I get a wonderful opportunity to pick and choose things that I really like to do.
That's a lot of information. I really like your job. That's so interesting. So you're visiting PI right now, right? What brought you here on this trip?
Oh, well, my wife Jan, who is here with me, you've met her, both of us have a house here in PEI, in a little village called Seaview, because 2 of our children live in PEI. So 2 of our sons, Matthew and Daniel, and their families, both families have a boy and a girl, they live in Summerside, PEI. So we come as often as we can so we can visit with our grandchildren, same ages as you guys, and we can visit with our own kids and their wives, who we really adore and love. And then we can also have our own little place so that when they get tired of us and we get tired of them, we don't have to see each other.
I have a few questions left.
Okay.
What is your favorite spot or memory in the island?
My favorite spot or memory of the island? That's a really, really good question. You know what? I don't think I have a favorite spot in the island.
Like a spot you like?
Oh, I like being here. Being here with you guys. This is a wonderful place.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I love oysters. So I like this oyster farm where I can go and get some fresh oysters. It's fantastic. And I like to golf. I'm not very good at it, but I like it. And so I go to the golf course and I play, and I really like doing that. And I like to eat, so I like some good restaurants. I go and eat in good restaurants. PEI is full of amazing places and lots of fun places to be, lots of fun places to go, and lots of really fun people to visit.
What advice would you give to people who want to create change but feel like they don't have enough power or experience?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. The first thing is, make sure that the change that you want to create is actually going to help people and not hurt people. That's really important, okay? Secondly, is make sure that the change that you were trying to create is going to help the people that need the help the most. Now, people who are rich, people who are powerful, they don't need more money, they don't need more power, but people who aren't so rich, people who aren't so powerful, that's the people that need help. So when you have a chance to make change, try to help those people who need help the most. And the third thing is, never give up. No change that's worth making happens fast. On the way to making change, you have so many failures. More times you don't get to do what you want to do. You don't make the change that you want to make. You have to keep working and working and working. And always remember, you can't make change by yourself. You have to do it together with other people. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to get somewhere, always go with others. So those are the things that I would ask you to think about as you grow up and as you decide what kind of changes that you want to make in our society.
You think that like rich people's gotta help and like work for the not the rich ones, like some kind of that.
I think a society is always most healthy when there aren't super rich and super poor. I think a society is most healthy when people respect each other, when people understand that not everybody is the same, when people want to let others do what is good for them instead of telling them what they think is good for them. I think a society which doesn't look at what color you are, or what language you speak, or what country you came from, or who you love, I think those are good societies.
That's a good society, and thank you very much. That was a prank scenario. That was us, Alex and
Mark?
as the PEITalks.